Time now for sports on 104.7 The Cave. Here's Ned Reynolds.
Mike, the intern, Ned Reynolds, Monday morning. It's something I never do because it involves the team I love more than anything else, and that's bet either for or against the Chiefs. But if you were a betting man and you wanted to put some money on this game, what are the odds?
And maybe after tomorrow we will be. That's on the ballot, of course.
Yes, of course.
Anyway, the Chiefs are a 9-point pick over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Both teams have really serious injury problems here, but the Kansas City Ball Club's done a much better job of remedying those problems with deals and bringing up players from the taxi squad and so forth and so on. Mike Evans and Chris Godwin are out for Tampa Bay. They will not play, and Godwin's likely out for quite a while. So who will Baker Mayfield be throwing to tonight? Well, Mayfield's a pretty good quarterback now. Heisman Trophy winner, Oklahoma, everybody knows that. And he's begun to come on now. He'll have Sterling Shepard, former Oklahoma guy, and Jalen McMillan as the key receivers. But the fact is, will Baker Mayfield have time to throw? That is the key tonight because that's where Kansas City is winning their games. They're putting pressure, big-time pressure on the backfield. They are really strangling these other teams, and interesting to see if they can do this tonight, which I think they will. But the fact is, defense is winning for Kansas City.
Hell yeah, it is. And the one thing, though, Baker gets that ball out quick, man. He gets it out really, really quick. So it'll be interesting to see that matchup tonight. How about the 6 Titans and 2 and 5 Patriots going into OT yesterday? Did you watch that game?
I not only watched it, I had a few chocolate chips on that one.
Oh, no!
Gracious sakes
of course you did.
And, of course, I don't have them anymore.
Of course you don't have any chocolate. Yeah, I'll let you go steal some from my kid, okay? All right, so NASCAR, we're now at the Final Four set, aren't we?
We are indeed. This was the next-to-last race, what's called the penultimate race in the NASCAR Series. It all comes to an end next week with the championship run, and there will be 4 contestants. That's how they have it, a final 4. It's a little misleading because all the drivers are there. They all compete, but only 4 have a chance to win with points. Ryan Blaney gets the win yesterday in Martinsville, passing Chase Elliott with 15 laps remaining. Blaney is the defending champion, and he will be back to defend his championship. Others will be Tyler Reddick, William Byron, and Joey Logano. No, some of the big names are not there. They've been eliminated, but they are the final 4. Now, again, everybody will be racing in Phoenix next weekend, but those 4 are the ones who have the shot at winning. Phoenix, Arizona, that's next Sunday. Season comes to an end.
You know, I kind of had a bad feeling about my Wildcats playing against Houston on Saturday. I had a bad feeling going into that game, and looks like I can tell the future. But my woes or someone else's gain. We've got a new number 1 in college football, eh?
Yeah, I did see that game that you're talking about, too, and I don't know what happened to Kansas State. They did not play down the stretch, and the Houston team's beatable. They're not a colossus in any way. They're not a bad team, but they've given some people fits this year. They're Big 12 conference team, of course. K-State had them beat, I thought, and then just let it. They lost incentive or lost drive, but they just couldn't get anything going. Anyway, number 1 in the Associated Press rankings has not changed. It's still Oregon. They take the post. They are number 1. The Ducks are followed by Georgia, Ohio State, Miami, and Texas. They are the top 5. Now, that's not the playoff list. The playoff list will be announced for the first time tomorrow, Election Day, and that list of top 12 teams will become public. And then it will be every Tuesday evening. That's when it'll be presented right up until the final rankings, which will be December the 15th or 16th, somewhere in that vicinity, right after the Army-Navy game. But the fact is, right now, that first of the top 12 teams will be revealed tomorrow.
What kind of test do the Bears face in their season opener tonight?
Yeah, isn't this interesting? We have the Chiefs playing football tonight, and the Missouri State men's basketball team, the Bears, open their season tonight on the road. And what kind of a test do they get? A very tough one indeed. This is Butler University they're playing. Butler is a Big East Conference team. Big East is one of the premier conferences in American basketball. And Butler is coached by an old Butler Bear, Thad Matta, who has done a great job. Matta's been around. After he coached at Butler once. He's kind of like Conzo Martin. He's coming back to his alma mater to coach. But Matta's been at Ohio State and Xavier and a lot of the big schools. And last year, he had a ball club that went to the NIT. They lost in the first round to Minnesota of the Big Ten, 73-72, I think was the final on that one. He had a team that was 18-15, and it's a veteran team coming back. The Bears are all new. They did not look good against Southwest Baptist in their exhibition game. They did win, they being the Bears, but only by 7 points. And you have to understand that it's a new team that Conzo is working with. He had a new team his first time here with the Bears back about 15, 16 years ago, and they weren't very good. But Conzo's a pretty good coach, and he'll overcome that. The Bears are a 15-point underdog tonight to Butler. It'll be a tough test.
Guys, just FYI here, there's only a few games left for the Missouri State Bears football team. This is probably the best football team they've had in, 30 years?
Many years, yeah.
30 at least. We've got one more home game at the end of the month, so definitely come out and support those guys. But it's been, I know they can't go to the playoffs, but there is a slight chance they could win the conference. What do you think?
No, I think they can win the conference. However, the final 2 games of the season, one at home and one on the road. The one at home that you made reference to is the final game. It's in mid-November, I should say, November 23rd, I think.
Right before Thanksgiving.
And then the opponent in here is the 2-time national champ, South Dakota State. They're very, very, very good football team. Prior to that, the Bears go to Fargo to play North Dakota State. But there's another game before that, and that's the ball club from Murray State, who the Bears will play next Saturday. Murray State was Missouri's opening opponent this year, and Mizzou blew them out of the ballpark. I fully expect the Bears will do the same thing. The Bears are a very good football team. They knocked off Southern Illinois 38-17. It was not a quick strike offense. The Bears had to pull away. Southern Illinois made them work. But in the second half, the Bears just wore them down, and Jacob Clark, who was 22 of 30 with a couple of touchdown passes, is really the key. So it's a big one. Mizzou was idle over the weekend. They play Oklahoma coming up on Saturday. Evangel, 18-game winning streak, lost.
Oh, no.
This is the first time since they joined this new conference last year. First loss. Fell 33-27 to McPherson down in Nixa. And that's a wake-up call for them. They'll go to the playoffs. They're that good a team. But to lose that first game ever that they've lost in that conference.
Shame. All right, well, let's talk about the opposite of losing. Let's talk about winning. Chiefs, Bucks tonight, Arrowhead. That means Ned Talk starts at 5.
It does indeed. 5 o'clock, the crew and I will be right here. 5 o'clock starting time. We have an hour show, 5 to 6. That's the Chiefs pre-game show. Then the Kansas City Chiefs Network takes over with Mitch Holdus and Art Haynes and the crew, and they will be on from 6 to 7, and then it is game time up in Kansas City. The Chiefs and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, probably a pretty good game. I wouldn't be at all surprised to see it close for a while, but I would be surprised if Kansas City doesn't win.
Every game the Chiefs play is close because that's how they play those games, and so far, so good. Ned, you have a great time tonight. Tell Joe and the B team I said hi. Have a great day.